Dolly Parton, the beloved country music icon and philanthropist, has spent her life lighting up the world with her music, kindness, and unwavering positivity. As she nears 80, fans continue to admire her warmth and resilience. Yet few know the quieter, more difficult side of her life away from the spotlight. Despite her legendary success, Dolly faces challenges that remind us of her humanity, making her story all the more poignant. Join us as we take a closer look at how Dolly Parton lives today, exploring the bittersweet reality behind her iconic smile and the personal struggles that have shaped her journey, as explored by JRE on his podcast, Her Alleged Fear of Aging. Over the years, Parton has been speculated to have had multiple surgeries, including breast augmentation, rhinoplasty, also known as a nose job, facelifts, brow lifts, and eyelid surgery. Additionally, it's believed she's had Botox injections and fillers to maintain her famously youthful look. Rather than seeing these choices as detracting from her authenticity, Parton views them as tools for self-expression. Her resilience and humor about the topic continue to disarm critics, while she remains an empowering figure for embracing individuality. In her own words, Dolly sums up her philosophy perfectly: "It costs a lot of money to look this cheap." Dolly has faced rumors and accusations regarding her appearance since the beginning of her career. Rather than shy away, Parton's resilience shines as she handles such speculations with humor and openness, embodying her strong, unapologetic personality. Known for her glamorous style, Dolly has openly admitted to undergoing certain procedures, saying, "If I see something sagging, bagging, or dragging, I'll get it nipped, tucked, or sucked." This attitude reflects her unique mix of honesty and self-confidence, where she feels no need to hide or deny what makes her feel beautiful. Childless marriage and philanthropic life. Dolly Parton and her husband, Carl Dean, have shared a strong and enduring marriage since their wedding in 1966. Although they never had children together, Dolly has openly discussed her feelings about parenthood. In a 2003 interview on Larry King Live, she revealed that when they first met, she genuinely desired to have children. However, their lives became incredibly busy, with each of them devoted to their respective careers and family obligations. Instead of having children of their own, Dolly and Carl focused on supporting Dolly's younger siblings, essentially raising 5 of them as if they were their own. They provided them with resources, emotional support, and ensured they received a quality education, showing their deep commitment to family. Their dedication became a top priority, embodying their love for their extended family. Plans to start their own family were postponed due to health issues, and in 1982, Dolly faced a significant setback. Dolly underwent an emergency partial hysterectomy due to endometriosis, as noted by the Huffington Post. This surgery had a lasting impact, making it impossible for Dolly to have biological children, a reality that weighed heavily on her. In later interviews, she openly discussed the emotional toll this had on her, telling the Irish Examiner through the Globe that this realization led her into a period of deep depression. She bravely admitted that during this difficult time she even had moments when she questioned if she had the strength to continue. Although Dolly and Carl considered adoption, Dolly often expressed concerns about her ability to fully devote herself to parenting, fearing her demanding career might compromise her role as a mother. Dolly believes that perhaps not having children was part of God's plan for her, a path that enabled her to dedicate herself to other forms of caring and giving. Dolly Parton's generosity shines brightly, particularly in her efforts to promote literacy through her Imagination Library program. Launched in 1995, the Imagination Library was Dolly's tribute to her father, Robert Lee, who, though he could not read or write, was a wise and hardworking man who provided tirelessly for his family. In her sister Stella's memoir, she recounts a touching story about their father's resourcefulness when Dolly was born, unable to afford hospital care but determined to support his family. For Dolly, the Imagination Library is a meaningful way to create a positive impact, giving children the tools to learn and grow, much like her father did for their family. Dolly sees her role in the Imagination Library as part of a greater purpose, believing that her decision not to have biological children allowed her to extend her love to countless children worldwide. The Imagination Library has become a wonderful initiative, providing a new book each month to children from birth to age 5, fostering a love of reading and learning. In 2018, the Library of Congress honored Dolly's extraordinary contributions, celebrating the distribution of the program's 100 millionth book, a milestone that highlighted her unwavering dedication to enriching children's lives. Beyond her contributions to literacy, Dolly has extended her philanthropy to support wildfire relief. In 2016, the Great Smoky Mountains, an area close to her heart, were devastated by wildfires. Dolly responded swiftly, creating the My People Fund to assist victims of the disaster. Through this initiative, her foundation distributed $1,000 per month for 6 months to families affected by the fires, demonstrating her commitment to her community in times of need. Thank you for watching, and be sure to check out more inspiring stories by clicking on your screen. The Unrevealed Stories of Dolly Parton. Through her prolific career, Dolly has not only delivered songs filled with warmth and optimism, but has also endured a tapestry of personal struggles that she tackled with exceptional strength and determination. Her remarkable journey reflects a boundless resilience and a steadfast refusal to surrender to life's trials. Recently, however, she opened up about deeply personal and previously undisclosed stories that have stirred sadness and concern among her devoted fans. Dolly's early years were marked not just by typical childhood hardships but by experiences that shaped her character in profound ways. Growing up in the rugged mountains was not just a fact of her life but a defining force that taught her the values of endurance and humility. "I'm serious about growing up in the mountains," she once recalled with pride. Life in those hills, she felt, built a unique perspective, encouraging her to cherish even the simplest of life's pleasures. Raised in a humble one-room cabin nestled beside the Little Pigeon River in the tiny community of Pittman Center, Tennessee, Dolly's formative years were far from easy. Yet rather than lamenting her circumstances, she viewed these hardships as foundational, an indispensable part of what made her the remarkable woman she would grow to become. Though her childhood was spent amid a constant battle against poverty, Dolly found solace and beauty in the rustic simplicity of her home. Later, the family moved to a modest farm perched atop the picturesque Locust Ridge, where her most cherished childhood memories took shape. Here, amid rolling hills and wooded trails, Dolly began to dream big, nurturing aspirations that would ultimately grow into the dazzling career we know today. Far from being a straightforward story of deprivation, Dolly's childhood defied expectations, as it was imbued with a richness woven together by love, unity, and a resilient spirit that would carry her through the tough times ahead. Despite having so little, Dolly's family thrived on the strength of their love and a deep sense of contentment. "It's true. We didn't have much," she often says, recounting her early years. "Most people had 3 rooms and a bath. We had 4 rooms and a path," she laughed, referencing their lack of indoor plumbing, yet with a sense of pride. Their home might have been small and lacking, but it was filled with warmth, humor, and the resilience to find joy amid difficult conditions. A strong foundation built on faith and family. Dolly's roots in faith were solidified early on as she was raised in the Church of God with her grandfather, Jake Robert Owens, as the pastor who guided her spiritually. Her father, though unable to read or write, was unwaveringly committed to his family, working tirelessly to support them. Dolly recalls his dedication and strength fondly. Meanwhile, her mother, despite her own health challenges, brought life to their home, enriching her children's imaginations with stories from Smoky Mountain folklore, tales that captivated and inspired them. "My daddy was a farmer, and I come from a big family. In fact, there's 12 of us, 6 girls and 6 boys," Dolly shared, often with a touch of humor and pride. The family bond was indomitable. Each sibling looked out for one another, a necessity born out of the harsh realities they faced. Even in tough times, Dolly's family found joy, hope, and optimism, a foundation that shaped her approach to life. In a candid 2015 interview with Parade, Dolly mentioned that it wasn't until she was older that she fully grasped the extent of their financial struggles, thanks to an outsider who pointed it out. Having witnessed the growth of her life's dreams from humble beginnings, Dolly often reflects on how her childhood home, the farm at Locust Ridge, and the sprawling forests surrounding it left a lasting imprint on her creative spirit. Her 1970s hit, My Tennessee Mountain Home, captures the nostalgia and warmth of her early days, painting vivid images of a simple yet meaningful life. Songs like In the Good Old Days, When Times Were Bad, and Coat of Many Colors serve as windows into her heart, offering listeners a glimpse of her childhood's raw beauty and emotional depth. Dolly fondly remembers the joys of bathing in the river, laughing as she recalls winter days with nothing but a bucket of water to keep warm. "We were just farm folks. I lived on a farm all my life," Dolly reminisces. "That means everybody worked. We all had to work because you had to. That's why people in the country have so many kids. You don't want to hire help." Even in her retelling, Dolly brings a touch of humor, recalling how even uncomfortable situations, like bedwetting among siblings, became memories of warmth and connection. Her song, Coat of Many Colors, epitomizes Dolly's unique ability to draw hope from adversity. Inspired by her own life, the song tells of a coat her mother lovingly crafted for her from fabric scraps. Unlike the vibrant biblical story of Joseph's coat, Dolly's coat is a testament to resilience and resourcefulness in the face of hardship. Despite facing mockery for her patchwork coat, Dolly cherished it, for it represented her mother's love and ingenuity. In a 2016 interview with Vogue, Dolly expressed her deep affection for Coat of Many Colors, calling it one of her most treasured songs. This rag-to-riches story is but a glimpse into the life of a woman who rose above humble career and path to stardom. Dolly Parton's phenomenal journey to becoming a music legend began humbly, with her sweet, melodic voice captivating the congregation in her local church choir when she was just 6 years old. Even at such a young age, her musical talent was apparent, and by age 7, she was already strumming her first guitar. A simple, handmade instrument gifted to her by her devoted uncle, Bill Owens. It was her uncle's dedication and belief in her talent that helped set her on the path to stardom. Dolly's musical gifts blossomed, drawing attention through appearances on local radio and television shows across East Tennessee. By age 10, she had already taken another big step, performing on Knoxville's renowned Cass Walker Show, where her extraordinary talent continued to shine. Amazingly, by the age of 13, Dolly's career had achieved another major milestone. She recorded her first single, Puppy Love, for a small Louisiana label. But even more remarkable was her appearance on the legendary stage of the Grand Ole Opry, an achievement many artists only dream of. In 1965, Dolly and her uncle Bill secured a record deal with Monument Records, giving her the opportunity to officially begin her recording career. Despite the excitement, her early singles, including I Wasted My Tears and What Do You Think About Lovin', were met with limited success as the label initially branded her as a pop singer. However, Dolly's determination and commitment to her country roots remained unshaken. She longed to establish herself as a country artist, but Monument Records was resistant, considering her high soprano voice unsuitable for the country genre that she so deeply resonated with. Dolly's persistence, however, was unwavering. Her unique voice, which would later become her signature, was simply waiting for the right moment to break through. Despite the setbacks, Dolly's perseverance was unbreakable, and eventually, her first big success came with Happy, Happy Birthday Baby, which soared to the top of the pop charts, a breakthrough that marked the start of her rise to fame. Refusing to stop there, she pressed forward with even greater passion. A defining moment arrived in 1966 when she co-wrote Put It Off Until Tomorrow with her uncle. This song, recorded by Bill Phillips, opened doors for Dolly, enabling her to fully embrace her Southern roots and make a lasting mark on the music world. In 1967, she released her debut solo album, Hello, I'm Dolly, which defied industry expectations and brought her significant recognition. This accomplishment was no small feat, especially considering that Dolly was not yet a prominent figure in the music industry. Her success with this album laid the groundwork for even greater achievements, revealing a glimpse of the immense talent that would later captivate the world. As Dolly's career continued to build momentum, she crossed paths with Porter Wagoner, a connection that would significantly shape her future. Joining Wagoner's popular syndicated show in Nashville was a major turning point, elevating her profile and expanding her influence in the country music scene. The show's immense popularity helped boost Dolly's visibility and allowed her to reach a broader audience, which not only strengthened her reputation but also had a profound impact on her finances. Her journey, carefully nurtured by her uncle Bill Owens, was further illuminated in her sister Stella Parton's memoir. Stella shared how Bill Owens was so invested in Dolly's success that he discouraged her from pursuing music, fearing it might create unnecessary competition or distractions for Dolly. This family support highlights the strong, united front behind her ambitions, ensuring she could focus solely on her career. Dolly ultimately spent 7 remarkable years on Porter Wagoner's Variety show, during which she gained the recognition and respect she needed to pursue a solo career with confidence. Nevertheless, Dolly faced significant hurdles as she worked to establish herself independently in a music industry that was heavily dominated by men. In a candid interview with Larry King, she shared insights into her decision to leave Wagoner's show. She made it clear that her choice wasn't driven by animosity, but rather a desire to step out from under someone else's shadow. She wanted more than to be known solely as somebody's girl singer. Dolly aspired to carve her own path in the industry, one that allowed her the full freedom to express herself and showcase her talents. Breaking free from industry stereotypes. This bold decision marked a crucial shift in her career, highlighting not just her musical talent, but also her determination to defy limiting stereotypes and roles within the music industry. Dolly's journey was filled with both triumphs and tribulations. Stepping into a solo career came with its own set of challenges and moments of self-discovery. Though she made the transition to her own syndicated show after leaving Wagoner's, this new venture did not bring the unmitigated success she might have hoped for. In fact, her show ran for just a single season in the 1970s before being abruptly canceled. Reflecting on this chapter in a 2018 interview with Billboard, Dolly openly admitted that, although she had no regrets, she recognized that the show may have been a misstep in her otherwise stellar career. Her candid reflection on this period adds another dimension to her story, revealing her honesty and self-awareness. Looking back, Dolly described how she felt constrained by the show's direction, which did not allow her to be her genuine self. This discontent stemmed from the sense that the program diverted from her vision and prevented her from connecting authentically with her audience. Beyond the struggles with her television show, she also shared that her early commercial recordings left her with mixed emotions, as they did not fully align with her artistic vision. Struggles and success with Dollywood. In a candid interview with Rolling Stone, Dolly revealed a surprising truth about her 1980 album, 9 to 5 and Odd Jobs. Although she took pride in writing half of the album's songs, she confessed that she didn't hold much fondness for her recent work at the time. Despite the undeniable influence these albums had on her career, she admitted to mixed feelings about them. Some speculated that Dolly may have sacrificed a degree of her artistic freedom to meet the industry's expectations, yet Dolly had a different view. She believed her choices were intentional and guided by a commitment to achieving the right objectives in her career. To reinforce this belief, her song, 9 to 5, along with the blockbuster movie of the same title in which she starred with Lily Tomlin and Jane Fonda, became a phenomenal success. This hit granted Dolly a newfound level of freedom and gave her the creative autonomy she had long desired, enabling her to shape her music according to her vision and express herself authentically. Inspired by her transformative experiences in Hollywood and her profound love for her roots, Dolly embarked on a remarkable venture in 1986. She transformed a modest Tennessee theme park into Dollywood, an enchanting Smoky Mountain attraction that quickly became a beloved destination. Complete with a replica of her childhood home, the Locust Ridge Cabin, Dollywood stands as a tribute to her upbringing and the values she cherishes. Today, Dollywood ranks as the 24th most popular theme park in the United States, drawing in an astounding 3 million visitors each year. Celebrated as Tennessee's largest ticketed attraction and one of the state's major employers, Dollywood proudly reflects Dolly's dedication to her community and her commitment to creating an inclusive, joyous experience for all. Although Dollywood has been synonymous with success, its journey hasn't been without obstacles. In its early days, particularly on the highly anticipated opening day of the Thunder Express roller coaster in 1989, an unfortunate brake malfunction caused 18 injuries, casting a slight shadow over the park's otherwise grand opening. Yet Dolly's indomitable spirit remained undeterred by these setbacks. In the years that followed, Dollywood faced several incidents, one of the most notable occurring in 2004 when a woman fell from a moving train car. Although concerning, park officials emphasized that this was an isolated incident, absolving Dollywood of any liability. As safety concerns grew, further changes were made, including the removal of the Timber Tower ride in 2007. After a malfunction left 44 riders stranded for hours, a rescue team eventually brought them to safety, leading to the ride's closure. In 2015, Dollywood faced yet another legal challenge when a woman filed a lawsuit, alleging brain damage from a fall. The lawsuit, widely covered by TMZ, led to an extensive legal battle that was eventually resolved out of court. Unfortunately, this was not the last of Dollywood's legal troubles. In 2018, a mother of two pursued $2 million in damages after sustaining a spinal injury at Dollywood's water park. That same year, an incident involving a themed decoration that fell and injured 3 guests further spotlighted the park's safety concerns. The injured guests were hospitalized, adding a new layer of challenge for Dollywood. As both a beloved public figure and a dedicated co-owner of Dollywood, Dolly Parton took these incidents to heart, staying informed and proactive in addressing any safety concerns. Her commitment to visitor welfare remained resolute, as she regarded every park visitor as a part of her extended family. Despite these difficulties, Dolly's hands-on approach and her unwavering attention to safety kept the park moving forward. Remarkably, Dollywood managed not only to overcome these hurdles but also to flourish, continuing to attract countless visitors nationwide. The park's ongoing success is a testament to the resilience of Dolly Parton's vision and the enduring magic she brings to every aspect of her work, making Dollywood a cherished symbol of joy, tenacity, and community spirit. Family losses and challenges. One thing that has remained a constant presence in Dolly Parton's life is the toll of personal losses and career setbacks. These challenges have left a lasting impact, often requiring her to lean on the support of her close-knit family to help her through difficult times. In 2017, Dolly's family endured a devastating loss that struck them to their core. Her niece, Tyver Parton, passed away at the young age of 36 after a series of personal battles, including struggles with addiction and the heartbreak of losing custody of her son. In the time leading up to her untimely passing, it became known that Tyver had faced a difficult journey with drug addiction. Despite this, her family stood by her, supporting her efforts to overcome the addiction by placing her in a rehabilitation program, the costs of which amounted to a considerable $25,000. One particularly troubling incident occurred in 2006, when Tyver was arrested for allegedly assaulting her boyfriend's ailing mother, reportedly in a desperate attempt to secure money for drugs. Curiously, records of this arrest appear to have gone missing from the Sevierville police files, adding an element of mystery to her story. Tyver's sudden passing was a heavy blow to the Parton family, a loss felt deeply by all who loved her. Despite the pain, the family chose to keep the details of her passing private, with Dolly refraining from public comments on her niece's death. Tiver's obituary, which is placed at the same cemetery where her uncle Floyd Parton was laid to rest, offers only minimal information. It mentions that she is survived by her son, parents, a sister, and a number of aunts, uncles, and cousins, with a gentle request for privacy as the family navigates this profoundly challenging time. Dolly Parton's life has been marked by the heartbreak of losing multiple loved ones over the years, losses that have left lasting emotional scars. She was introduced to the pain of loss at the young age of 9 when her younger brother, Larry, passed away just 4 days after he was born. In later interviews, Dolly reflected on these painful experiences, acknowledging that the hardships she and her family faced were instrumental in shaping their strength and resilience. Yet this early sorrow was only the beginning. In December 2018, the Parton family was once again plunged into grief with the passing of Dolly's brother, Floyd Parton, at 61 years of age. Floyd was a talented individual with a wide array of skills and a vast depth of knowledge. He was laid to rest at Tennessee's Ashley Funeral Home, his legacy a source of both pride and sadness for the family. Dolly and Floyd shared an especially close bond, one that was evident in their work together. Floyd had a hand in crafting some of Dolly's most beloved songs, including their 1991 duet, Rockin' Years, featuring Ricky Van Shelton, and the poignant Nickels and Dimes from Dolly's Heartbreaker LP in 1978. The Parton family, known for their private nature, remained largely silent about Floyd's death, save for a joint statement released in 2018, which lovingly honored Floyd's life as one filled with love and creativity. During Floyd's funeral, the family paid tribute to him in a heartfelt way by singing Rockin' Years, a song that held special meaning for him. This poignant farewell was a testament to the bond they shared and the respect the family has for honoring their loved ones. Among these many losses was the heartbreaking passing of Dolly's mother. In 2003, Dolly openly discussed how her mother's death affected her. She confided that for almost 6 months after her mother's passing, she could not bring herself to sing Coat of Many Colors without breaking down in tears. Each of these losses has shaped Dolly, leaving a profound influence on her life and career, adding a depth and sincerity to her artistry and strengthening the enduring connection she feels with her family. The death of Porter Wagoner. Beyond the loss of family members, Dolly Parton has also experienced the grief of saying goodbye to numerous colleagues within the music industry. One of the most significant of these was Porter Wagoner, a pivotal figure in Dolly's career who played an essential role in her early success. Their professional partnership was deeply impactful, and despite their eventual parting of ways, Dolly wrote the iconic song I Will Always Love You in 1973 as a tribute to him and their time together. Their partnership wasn't just a professional arrangement, but a profound mentorship that marked Dolly's entry into the country music scene. When Dolly joined Porter Wagoner's popular television show, it provided her with an invaluable platform that quickly brought her to the forefront of the music world. Porter's charisma and established fan base gave Dolly the exposure she needed to build a strong following, which was crucial during the early stages of her career. Dolly's gratitude for this opportunity ran deep, and even though their partnership was not without its challenges, she always credited Porter with giving her a crucial leg up in the industry. However, as Dolly's fame grew, so did her desire for creative independence. She longed to forge her own path and establish herself as a solo artist, a move that was difficult for Porter to accept. The strain eventually led to their parting, with Dolly feeling it was necessary. The emotional conflict of this transition was what inspired her to write I Will Always Love You, a song that encapsulated her respect and affection for Porter despite their differences. The song's lyrics carry a sense of bittersweet farewell, balancing gratitude with a longing for independence. It was a heartfelt goodbye to the person who had been her mentor and guide, but who also symbolized a chapter she needed to close to continue her growth as an artist. This powerful song, filled with emotion, would later gain even greater fame when Whitney Houston recorded it for the soundtrack of The Bodyguard. The rendition became a global sensation, reaching audiences far beyond the country music genre and becoming one of the best-selling singles of all time. Dolly was deeply touched by the success of Houston's version, feeling that it brought new life and meaning to the song she had penned for Porter. Each time the song was played, it served as a reminder of her journey with Porter, symbolizing both the beauty and complexities of their relationship. The global success of the song also allowed Dolly to reflect on the song's universal message, a farewell rooted in love, respect, and the desire to let go gracefully. Before Porter's passing from lung cancer in 2007, he and Dolly had a chance to reconcile, healing old wounds between them. In the years after their separation, there were moments of tension, as both Porter and Dolly adjusted to their new roles. Porter continued to perform and record, and while their paths diverged, they each maintained a deep respect for the other's accomplishments. Their reconciliation in later years was a testament to the enduring bond they shared. It was a reconciliation based on mutual respect, forgiveness, and an acknowledgement of the special impact they had on each other's lives. Porter openly expressed his pride in Dolly's achievements, and Dolly frequently credited Porter for being instrumental in her career. The resolution of their relationship allowed both of them to look back fondly on the incredible journey they had taken together. Dolly has often expressed that Porter's influence on her life will always be reflected in her music and the memories they shared. She has said that each time she performs "I Will Always Love You," she remembers the journey they shared and the lessons she learned from him, both musically and personally. In many ways, Porter had taught her the intricacies of the industry, the art of captivating an audience, and the discipline needed to succeed. Their partnership helped shape her into the performer she is today, with his mentorship becoming a foundational part of her legacy. Even now, Dolly considers his influence as a guiding force, a reminder of where she began and the values instilled in her during those early years. In one of the most poignant moments of her life, Dolly had the opportunity to sing for Porter on his deathbed, a final farewell that expressed her gratitude and love for him. The atmosphere was filled with both sadness and peace as Dolly's voice filled the room with a melody that resonated deeply, both as a farewell and a tribute. She later shared how singing to him in his final moments allowed her to let go of any lingering regrets, fully embracing the beauty of their bond. For Dolly, this was not just a goodbye to Porter but a moment of closure where she could honor the man who had believed in her talent from the beginning. Porter's passing left an emotional void in Dolly's life, yet she found comfort in knowing that her final song for him was a tribute that captured the essence of their journey together. This touching goodbye underscored the depth of their connection and Dolly's unwavering respect for the man who had been such a crucial part of her musical journey. As she looked back on their years together, she understood that Porter had been much more than a mentor. He had been a friend, a guide, and someone who had shared in her dreams and struggles. Dolly's love and respect for Porter went beyond professional admiration. It was a deep, heartfelt connection that had been both complex and beautiful. Today, whenever she hears "I Will Always Love You," Dolly remembers the laughter, challenges, and unforgettable memories they created together, feeling that Porter is still with her in spirit, watching over her and smiling at her continued success. This legacy of love and respect has become an inseparable part of Dolly's own story, intertwining her life and career with Porter's in a way that transcends time. More losses in Dolly's life. In 2017, Dolly Parton experienced yet another heartbreaking loss with the passing of her longtime manager, Don Warden. Their professional relationship spanned nearly 5 decades, but for Dolly, he was much more than just a manager. She considered him a father figure, a brother, a partner, and one of her dearest friends. Throughout her career, Dolly has been open about the immense love and gratitude she felt for Don, acknowledging the significant